Today is release day of my new album, Schumann and Wittmann on Alpha Classics. We've recorded this at Radio Bremen, actually a few years ago, to be very honest, but this recording is really good and I'm happy about it. And in this video series I would like to introduce all the pieces of the recording to you. And today we will start with the most prominent piece of it, Kreisleriana by Robert Schumann. It's opus 16. Some of you might have already heard my recording because there was a single release of this very first piece, Äußerst, bewegt. So extremely agitated, excited. It's like an inner excitement. And those pieces, Kreisleriana, are inspired by Hoffmann's writings, E.T.A. Hoffmann. He was a romantic writer in Germany. Actually, I think I have his things here. Yeah, now I found it. Here it is. One of them is Schumann Kreisleriana, so it has the same name. And it's mostly essays about music, actually. Schumann also published some of those in his newspaper about music, where he was a great music critic. And the other book is called Lebensansichten des Kater Moor, so basically life thoughts of a cat. Funny and humorous stuff, but it's also mostly about this Kapellmeister Kreisler, a figure who was very eccentric in the writings, extremely crazy, and some conductor, a musician. What we can hear in this music, in this early Kreisleriana, is basically this insanity, this craziness, which Kapellmeister Kreisler brings with him. The piece starts in a 2/4 bar. Actually, what is quite interesting, it says also fantasies, right, as a subtitle. And it's dedicated to his friend Frédéric Chopin. I didn't know they were close friends, but I think it was a very nice gesture of him to dedicate this huge piece to Chopin. As we know, most of Schumann's pieces for piano are written in the earliest years. And I think the first 20 or more pieces that Schumann wrote were just for piano. So this is one of them. And in my opinion, it's one of the most genius ones. And also Schumann said that this was the piece that he was happiest about. So let's get back to this first piece. What we see here, there is a 2/4 bar in the beginning. It says Äußerst, bewegt. So very agitated and moving. It's like an inner movement, and puts pedal in the beginning. But we have no downbeat. So all the beats are actually set apart. So it doesn't start like boom, 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 but it starts always against the beat. Like, so this is already very crazy. In German you say crazy, verrückt. So it's really, it moved to the wrong place, and that's what's happening in the music here. And then the right hand also has these accents which really put you out of balance. It starts like always these accents which just move you out of balance. So it's and in between you have these staccato notes, these short and light notes. And all together it's really off balance. All together it really takes you and really throws you off. And one of the most fascinating things about Schumann's music is also that it always starts in the middle of the piece. You know, I've played a few big pieces by Schumann. The best example is his piano concerto, for example. If you play this, there is no beginning. It's not yum, dum, right? There's no cadence or anything in the beginning, as most concertos have. It really starts in the middle, right? There's really this agitation. Also, for example, in the Carnival, which I'm playing right now, which you can also find here on YouTube, you also start quite you also start in the middle of the piece, as in this Kreisleriana. You just start you start in the middle of the piece, right? There is no preparation whatsoever. So, and then it's out of balance. So this is really a crazy start, right? We can go on later. I mean, you can listen to the whole piece on Apple Music, Spotify, wherever. I will put the link here in the end of the video. And then it goes on even fortissimo. So it starts only forte, right? So with force and power, but then it continues to fortissimo. So we have this first start, like a rocket starting from the bottom, moving up the whole keyboard until this high D there in the end. And that's the first time that we actually end on time, right? Dum, 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 and then bum, bum. That's a really, really huge moment. So then suddenly we have fortissimo and we have even stronger accents, and those forzati really put you out of balance. And then we have this first run again. Suddenly the scenery completely changes and we are thrown into this unknown territory. So all of this was extremely agitated inside and extremely moving. And then suddenly we have this flashback. It's like a feverish dream where we end up. And I play this with even more pedal. It says pedal here. And I play this almost a little blurry. Right, it's the same motive as in the beginning. Just here it's the double tempo, so we have and moving downward. So it's just like memory of a perfect past. You're dreaming, it's like all these different colors. It's really, really amazing. And that's one of the most difficult things in Schumann's music when you play it, that you have these sudden changes from then suddenly this change, right? And also here in this second part, it's a little bit sad later on. And we end also with some accents. And suddenly, this motor, this rocket is starting again. So it's an A-B-A form, but it's all so quick that we cannot really grasp what is happening. And the first piece just ends with this bam bam on time. So that was the first piece of the Kreisleriana, the first Kreislerianum, Äußerst, bewegt. And you can listen to it on my new album. So order the CD now, you will find the link below, or listen to it on Apple, Spotify, Amazon, and all the other streaming platforms. I'm really, really thankful that this has worked out, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again in the next video. Take care.